Have you ever sat in front of your phone, staring at a message from a woman and thinking, does she actually like me? Or am I just imagining it? You replay the conversation in your head, you read between every line, you analyze every emoji, and at the end you are even more confused than at the beginning. If that sounds familiar, stay exactly where you are, because in this video, I am going to give you 10 psychological clues that reveal, with much more clarity, whether a woman truly likes you, or whether you are just a convenient option she entertains when she is bored. And this is important, because attraction is not logical, but female behavior in attraction is not random either. There are patterns, there are clues. There are consistent signals that show up again and again in research, in evolutionary psychology, in social dynamics, and in real interactions. The problem is that most men are blind to them. They confuse politeness with interest, attention with availability, and simple friendliness with genuine desire. Today you are going to sharpen your perception so that instead of asking, "What if she likes me?" you can calmly observe her behavior and say, "Now I understand exactly where I stand." As you listen, imagine that you are upgrading your internal radar. You are not learning tricks. You are learning how to read reality. This is what confident men do. They do not beg for clarity. They recognize it. They do not chase validation. They notice signals and then decide if they want to invest or not. That is the position I want you in by the end of this video. Grounded, clear, and much harder to confuse. Before I break down the clues one by one, there is something you must understand. No single signal means everything. Female psychology is contextual. One behavior in isolation can mislead you. 10 behaviors that line up in the same direction, however, create a pattern you cannot ignore. So as you listen, do not latch onto one clue and obsess over it. Think in terms of accumulation. If you see 1 or 2 signs sporadically, stay calm. If you see 7, 8, 9 of these signs consistently over time, it is almost certain that she truly likes you in a way that goes beyond simple courtesy. Let's start with the first big one: attention. Not accidental attention. Not, "I answered when you wrote to me." I am talking about the kind of attention where she clearly invests energy in you. A woman who truly likes you does not just respond, she responds with intention. She does not write to you as a duty, she writes because she wants to keep the connection alive. Look at the way she communicates. Does she ask questions about you, or does she give you dead-ended answers? Does she pick up threads from previous conversations, or does everything feel like a cold restart? When a woman likes you, her attention does not feel like you are dragging it out of her. It flows. She remembers small things you said before. She circles back to them. She uses them to keep the interaction moving. That is not an accident. That is evidence of mental investment. In psychology, this is called selective attention. Our brain gives more energy to what it values. If she consistently directs her attention to you, that is your first clue. Now, pay attention to her effort. One thing is when a woman is responsive, another is when she is proactive. Many men think that because a woman replies, she is interested. That is not enough. Interest shows itself in initiation. Does she ever reach out first? Does she send you a message just to share something that reminded her of you, or to tell you something she thought you would find funny? Does she ever check on you without you having to appear first? When a woman truly likes you, she does not want the conversation to die. Her ego, her curiosity, her attraction push her to revive the interaction. She might send a meme, a picture, a random thought, a simple, "You will not believe what happened today." You need to see this for what it is: micro investments. They may seem small, but psychologically, they are significant. She is giving you presence in her day. That is another major clue. Now look at her behavior when she is physically around you. Human beings reveal more truth with their body than with their voice, and women in particular are often socialized to signal attraction more subtly. Proximity is a huge indicator. Ask yourself, does she place herself where you are, or does she remain at a safe distance zone? If you are in a group, does she tend to drift closer to where you are standing or sitting, or does she stay mostly far from you? A woman who likes you unconsciously seeks your presence. She finds excuses to be in the same physical space. Maybe she adjusts where she sits. Maybe she appears near you during a break. Maybe she walks slower so that you catch up. These are not always premeditated strategies. They are the natural tendency of attraction. We move toward what we desire. On the other hand, if she always ends up far from you when she has other options, that distance is also a clue. While you are near her, observe her body language. I do not want you to obsess over every microsignal, but pay attention to patterns. Eye contact, for example, says a lot. When a woman truly likes you, you will often see 2 opposite behaviors depending on her level of confidence. Either she maintains eye contact longer than normal, with a softness or hidden sparkle, or she quickly looks away and then looks back again, almost as if she is struggling to manage the intensity she feels. In both cases, you will notice that the way she looks at you is different from how she looks at others. Her eyes linger. There is more expression. Sometimes her pupils slightly dilate when the environment allows it. She may look at your mouth while you talk, or down and up again. These are not random actions. From an evolutionary perspective, the eyes are one of the main channels of connection. When her eyes seek yours repeatedly, that is a clue. Now consider her nervous energy. Psychological research shows that when we are attracted to someone, our autonomic nervous system gets activated. Heart rate increases, subtle physiological changes occur, and we often display small, self-soothing gestures. You might notice that when she is around you, she plays with her hair more, touches her neck, adjusts her clothes, or fidgets slightly with objects. She might speak a little faster, laugh a bit more than usual, or stumble on words she normally pronounces perfectly. Do not confuse this with total social anxiety. You are looking for a difference in behavior. How is she with others? How is she with you? If the contrast is that she becomes a bit more energized, a bit more self-conscious, a bit more animated when you appear, that is likely attraction. Her body is responding to the psychological importance she gives you. The next clue is one that most men completely underestimate: the depth and direction of her questions. A woman who truly likes you will want to know who you are beneath the surface. She is not satisfied with generic, superficial information. She starts exploring your inner world. She asks about your goals, your values, your opinions, your childhood, your vision of relationships, your ambitions. This is not random curiosity. Female psychology is oriented toward understanding compatibility and safety. When she likes you, her mind starts evaluating whether you could fit into her life, whether your path aligns with hers, whether you have emotional maturity, whether you are trustworthy. The way she does this is by asking you questions that go beyond "what do you do?" or "how was your day?" Pay attention. Does she want to know how you think, what you believe, what you fear, what you want to become? That inquisitive energy is the echo of deeper interest. Also, observe if she opens up in return. Attraction is not only visible in how much she wants to know about you, but also in how much she reveals about herself. If she shares personal dreams, vulnerabilities, frustrations, stories of past experiences, and she does it with you in a way that feels more intimate than with others, that is a strong indicator. In attachment theory, emotional disclosure is one of the main routes to intimacy. We reveal more to those we feel drawn to and safe with. When she lets you see behind her social mask, she is not just passing time, she is building a deeper connection. That is a serious clue that you are not just a random person in her environment. Another powerful psychological sign is the way she tests you. This might sound strange, but it is true. A woman who truly likes you will often test aspects of your character, your frame, your emotional stability. She might tease you to see if you get defensive. She might challenge your opinion to see if you stand by it calmly or immediately fold. She might playfully push a boundary to see if you enforce your standards without aggression. These are not always conscious strategies, but they are very real. Feminine psychology instinctively looks for strength, reliability, and leadership. She wants to know if you crumble under pressure, if you are emotionally fragile, if you lose control easily, or if you stay centered. So when she gives you small tests, it is not always a sign that she is playing games. It can be a sign that she is emotionally invested enough to need clarity. If she did not care at all, she would not bother. She would simply keep things flat and polite. Testing is engagement. Engagement is interest. This is where your stoic side must appear. Instead of reacting with irritation or neediness, see those moments as opportunities to show who you are. A man who is grounded does not need to pass every test anxiously. He simply lives from his standards, speaks his truth calmly, and does not overreact. Ironically, this makes her respect and desire you more. So the very fact that she is testing you is a clue that she feels something, and the way you respond can amplify or decrease that attraction. Now pay attention to how she responds to your leadership. One of the strongest behavioral signals that she truly likes you is her willingness to follow your lead when it comes to plans, decisions, and escalation. When you suggest meeting up, does she make it easy or complicated? If she likes you, even if she is busy, she will try to find a way. She will propose alternative times. She will show that she wants to make it happen. A woman who is attracted to you is not perpetually, maybe someday. She conditions her schedule because she values the experience of being with you. That does not mean she has nothing to do. It means you are important enough that she will try to find space. Also, watch how she responds to your suggestions. If you propose a place, an activity, or a time, does she shoot everything down without offering any alternative, or does she collaborate? Collaboration is a signal of desire. Resistance without alternatives is often a signal of low interest. When a woman truly likes you, she is inclined to say yes to your leadership as long as it feels respectful and reasonable. She does not search for excuses to avoid you. She looks for ways to be near you. This extends to micro-escalations too. If you are talking and you lightly move closer, does she stay there? Does she lean in, or does she pull back? If you offer a high five, a playful touch in a socially appropriate moment, or a hug at the end of a meeting, does she accept it comfortably, or does she react as if you crossed a serious boundary? Physical comfort is one of the clearest clues. A woman that likes you gradually relaxes around your presence. She is not rigid and closed off every time you are near. Her body language opens. Her shoulders are not constantly turned away. She allows physical proximity without tension. If you pay attention, you will see this more clearly than any word she says. Another important sign lies in how she shows concern, support, or care toward you. Attraction in women often activates nurturing tendencies. This does not mean she becomes your therapist or your mother. It means she starts taking small steps to improve your day or your mood. Maybe she remembers you had an important event and later asks how it went. Maybe she notices that you are a bit off and asks if you are okay. Maybe she brings something small that she knows you like. These gestures are more than friendliness. They are an expression of emotional investment. Psychologically, when we care about someone, their emotional state influences ours. When she is tuned in to your emotions, when she notices changes, when she tries to uplift you without you asking, that is a strong clue that you matter to her. Ask yourself, does she ever encourage you? Does she compliment your qualities, not just your external appearance? A woman who truly likes you will often highlight aspects of your personality, your discipline, your intelligence, your ambition, your humor, your way of thinking. Those targeted compliments show that she has been observing you, evaluating you, and appreciating traits that speak to her deeper desires. That level of attention is not something she gives randomly to any person she meets. It is reserved for those she feels drawn to. Now let's talk about jealousy and competition, another powerful psychological indicator. Human beings are territorial about what they value. When a woman is genuinely attracted to you, it is common that she shows subtle signs of discomfort when other women are too close to you, or when she perceives that you might be interested in someone else. She might not admit it directly, but it will come out in comments, in tone, in small reactions. Maybe she suddenly becomes quieter. Maybe she playfully mocks the other woman. Maybe she asks, "Who is she?" with a particular emphasis. Maybe she wants to know more about your female friends than is strictly necessary. This does not mean you should try to provoke jealousy or play dirty games. That almost always backfires. But noticing that she responds emotionally when she perceives potential competition is a clue that she sees you as more than a neutral friend. The key here is proportion. A bit of jealousy can indicate attraction. Extreme jealousy early on can indicate insecurity or unhealthy attachment. You are not only checking if she likes you, you are also evaluating if her patterns are emotionally mature. A man with standards does not get hypnotized only by signs of interest. He also evaluates the quality of that interest. This is part of your power. You do not just ask, "Does she like me?" You also ask, "Is this a kind of interest I want in my life?" Digital behavior is another field where female psychology leaves very clear fingerprints. In the modern world, how she behaves through messages and social media often reveals more than what she says face to face. Observe the following. Does she respond with warmth and energy, or with cold, mechanical answers? Does she ever send you content she did not have to send, like songs, videos, or posts she thinks you will relate to? Does she like, comment, or watch your stories more than the average person? Does she react quickly to your messages most of the time, or does she treat you like a low-priority notification? Again, do not obsess over each isolated case. Everyone has busy days, but look at the pattern. When a woman truly likes you, she will leave traces of that in the digital world. Another digital clue appears when she uses messages as a bridge to see you in person. Some women keep conversations going forever without allowing them to move into reality. That usually means you are entertainment, not a real priority. When she likes you in a deeper way, she will be open to planning real-world interactions. She might suggest places, ask what you are doing on certain days, or show enthusiasm when you propose meeting. Her digital presence does not trap you in never-ending chat. It moves you both towards shared experiences. That is a sign of genuine interest. A crucial psychological indicator that most men miss is the way she adapts small parts of her behavior to align with you. This is called behavioral mirroring. When we like someone, we unconsciously synchronize aspects of our posture, tone, rhythm of speech, and even our interests. Pay attention. Does she start using expressions you usually say? Does her rhythm of texting adjust to yours? Does she start to show interest in topics that are important to you? This does not mean she loses her identity. It means she is subconsciously aligning to create connection. Mirroring is one of the most studied phenomena in social psychology, and its presence is a sign of rapport and attraction. If you notice that she gradually reflects some of your behaviors, it is a clue that she feels tuned into you. Now, let's go to one of the most powerful and decisive clues: emotional safety. A woman who truly likes you and sees you as a serious potential partner will be attentive to how safe she feels emotionally with you. If she feels that you judge her, that you dismiss her feelings, that you mock her vulnerabilities, her attraction will eventually shut down, even if she was very interested at the beginning. On the other hand, if she opens up more and more over time, if she trusts you with sensitive topics, if she feels comfortable showing you her less polished sides, it means her nervous system considers your presence safe. This combination of attraction and safety is the foundation for deep, lasting interest. Notice how she reacts when you talk about your own struggles or imperfections. If she truly likes you, she does not use that against you. She empathizes. She might offer perspectives, support, or simply her presence. She is not only attracted to your strengths, but also willing to see your human side without running away. That balance is rare. Many people love your highlights, but not everyone wants to see behind the curtain. When she does, and she stays, and she shows even more interest, that is one of the clearest signs that this is not just superficial chemistry. Now, as you listen to all these clues, you might be tempted to take notes and then overanalyze everything she does. Do not fall into that trap. Overanalysis kills your natural masculine energy. The goal here is not to turn you into a paranoid detective. The goal is to give you enough understanding so that you do not cling to illusions, and so that you stop ignoring obvious signs. There is a balance. The confident man observes, he does not obsess. He notices, he does not interrogate reality constantly. Remember this, you are not trying to control her behavior. You are simply reading it accurately, so that you can respond from self-respect. A powerful mindset to carry with you is this: her signals are information, not validation. When you see several of these clues, you do not suddenly become valuable. You were already valuable. Her attraction simply reflects that value back to you. When you do not see these clues, it does not mean you are worthless. It means that, for whatever reason, she is not aligned with you. The Stoic approach is to accept reality as it is, not as you wish it was, and then act in alignment with that truth. If the signs are there, great. You can move forward with confidence, escalate, and explore something deeper. If the signs are not there, you step back with dignity and direct your energy towards someone whose behavior does show genuine interest. Let's summarize the 10 types of clues in a clear way so that you can internalize them. First, her consistent attention and proactive effort in communication. Second, her physical proximity and the way she positions herself around you. Third, her body language, eye contact, nervous energy, and comfort with your presence. Fourth, the depth and direction of her questions and how much she wants to know your inner world. Fifth, her level of emotional disclosure and how much she opens up to you. Sixth, her tests and challenges, which often reveal an attempt to evaluate your strength and stability. Seventh, her response to your leadership in plans and small escalations. Eighth, her caring behaviors, signs of support, and targeted compliments. Ninth, her digital behavior, from messages to social media presence. 10th, the level of emotional safety and trust she feels with you. Now imagine you are seeing 7 or 8 of these signs regularly, not just once. She writes to you. She wants to see you. She is comfortable with your touch. She opens up to you. She tests you and stays. She aligns parts of her behavior with yours. She gets subtly jealous. She feels safe. At that point, you do not need to ask, does she like me? You know? Your job then is not to freeze in fear. Your job is to lead. Suggest a meeting. Create experiences together. Express your interest. Move the connection forward. Attraction without direction often dissolves. Masculine energy gives that direction. On the other hand, if you look at your interactions and you realize that most of these clues are absent, do not try to force what is not there. Do not chase a woman who offers you crumbs. Do not romanticize neutral or indifferent behavior. If she answers you with minimal effort, never initiates, avoids proximity, rejects your invitations without counteroffers, gives you no depth, feels closed emotionally, treats you like a last resort, and shows no signs of real interest, accept that. The more you respect reality, the faster you move toward better options. A high-value man does not argue with the signals. He reads them and acts accordingly. The more you live from this standard, the more powerful you become in the world of attraction. You are no longer that man who begs for clarity from women who already expressed their disinterest through their behavior. You are not that man who confuses friendliness with desire. You are the man who understands female psychology enough to say, with calm certainty, here she is clearly interested, or here she clearly is not. That clarity is attractive, not only to one woman, but to many, because you radiate something that most women rarely see. A man who is not lost in doubt, not trapped in needy fantasies, not scared of reality. From now on, every interaction is an opportunity to practice. Observe her attention, observe her proximity, observe her body language, observe her questions, observe her emotional openness, observe her tests, observe her response to your leadership, observe her caring behavior, observe her digital patterns, observe her level of emotional safety. You do not have to judge, manipulate, or dramatize. You simply have to see. And once you see, you choose. If you want more content like this, where we go even deeper into female psychology, attraction, and how to become a stronger, more grounded man from the inside out, make sure you stay connected, because this is just the beginning. The moment you truly learn to read the signals, you stop begging for love, and you start choosing from a place of power.